Hi everyone, welcome to Cycle 1, Week 3 Science Experiments. This week we have two, blending number 57 and ground temperature number 58. I recommend that you start the ground temperature experiment, then go do the blending experiment, and then come back and finish the ground experiment and head back into class for sketching in your science notebook and writing down the students' observations. So that's how I would suggest that you run it. Let's talk about what your supplies will be. Okay, so for ground temp, we're going to have a bucket because we're in a drought here, and our ground is as hard as a rock. And making a hole in our church ground probably is not so appealing to them. So we're going to get a bucket. This bucket right here, I'm going to fill it with dirt. We're going to have a spoon, and tutors, you can scoop out a 4-inch hole into the dirt and place one of these thermometers down inside the bucket, cover it back up with dirt, and put, I'm going to actually just have a towel or a white trash bag to lay on top of the bucket. Now, because the ground, inside the ground, is not in the direct sun, we're actually going to put the bucket in the shade. So we'll do it near a shady tree. If we didn't have shade, if you're on a campus that doesn't have shade, I'd actually put a, one of those white kitchen garbage bags. I'd put this bucket inside a kitchen garbage bag, tuck it down, make it tight around there, just so that you had a white reflective surface on the bucket. So, but we have shade, so we're going to keep our bucket in the shade. So that's going to simulate the hole in the ground on why an animal, the role temperature plays in where animals spend time. Why would some desert animals spend their day underground? So hopefully it'll be a nice sunny day, but even if it's not, I think we'll still see a difference here. So you're going to lay, the first thermometer is going to be in the hole, the second thermometer is going to be laid in the sun and on top of the ground. And then you're going to wait about 5 minutes. During that time, take your students over to the coned off area. I'll have our soccer cones out there, coned off the area. The first class, I'll have laid out our pom-pom pieces. There will be more than this, but this is just what I have for what I had at our tutor meeting. So the first class, I'll have laid out the pom-poms for you. Every class after that, even the first class, after your students have gathered them up, have a mom go lay them back out, spread them back around inside the coned off area. And of course, last class, just bring them back in with you. So they're gonna throw these around. You can see these are single colored pom-poms. So they're not going to blend into the ground very well. And we can talk about that. We can ask them, why do you think it was so easy to find these, even the brown and the green and the black ones? Why was it still really easy to find them, even though technically they're the same color? Why wasn't it camouflaged? Why didn't it blend in? So we can ask those dialectic questions for them to be thinking of answers. And then we can talk about how there's a blending of colors in animal fur, and how do we use that knowledge in our military? Oh, our camouflage pants and camouflage gear from our military is multicolored. So talking about those things and pointing out God's great, amazing design as a part of that, I think will make this experiment not seem so simple, but bring out some wonder and some curiosity, especially for those older students. So they're going to find all their pom-pom pieces. The mom's going to spread them back out, and then you're going to go back over to the ground temp area and pull out your thermometer from the ground, from the top of the ground, and pull out the thermometer from inside the dirt. Compare the differences. Tutors, you probably want to bring your notebook with you so that you can write down the temperature. That way you don't have to bring all your students' notebooks along also. And then go ahead and go back into our science room. Jen may bring her lizard, which would be really great so that they can see the variegated color of the lizard. Hopefully the little guy will still be alive. And how he just really can blend into his surroundings. You can have them sketch that lizard. You can have them draw the thermometers. You can have them draw different kind of camouflage or or not. This might not be the best week for a sketch, but I do encourage you to have them draw something, even if it's the coned off areas with the pom-poms in it, just that they've had a sense of observation. That being said, going back, you might want to have them pause for a minute, and before you set them loose for their 5 minutes to go collect all the pom-poms, have them pause for a minute and scan and observe what they see, because you're going to want them to draw that in their notebook when they get back into class. You could run it that way also. So you'll have, of course, colored pencils and regular pencils in class. So is there anything else for this week? No. So the ground temperature is a tutor demo. The blending is a large group experiment, and I think that is it. Hopefully that was helpful.